Jai Sri Krishna. And today I thought we would do the Gita, but I want to do the Gita little by little so that the youngsters could understand it. So I'll just give you a little introduction to the Gita. A lot of us do not know the difference between the Srimad Bhagavat and the Bhagavad Gita. Now, the Srimad Bhagavat is a Purana, an ancient scripture in which is narrated the lives of the different incarnations of God. The most important being the lives of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. It also deals with the creation of the universe. It exudes knowledge and devotion, and its stories are pregnant with moral, symbolic, and practical value. On the other hand, the Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. See, Bhagavad is God, Gita is Geet, so it's the song, and Srimad Bhagavat is Mr. God. So, in the case of the Srimad Bhagavat, they tell you about the incarnations of God, and in the Bhagavad Gita, it is the song of God, which is actually pure philosophy, and it is a dialogue between Shri Krishna and his dear friend Arjuna, just before the great war of Mahabharata was fought. And the Bhagavad Gita is part of the great epic Mahabharata, and it is said that the Mahabharata is a necklace. The Gita is its pendant. See, the pendant is the most beautiful part of a necklace. So the Gita is the pendant of the necklace of Mahabharata. And if I were asked that if I should say the Gita's message in 1 minute, I always say, do your best and leave the rest, which is really a karma yogi. You can just only about do your best and leave the rest. And I have always believed that once one puts all efforts towards any cause to the best of one's capacity, one is a winner, no matter what the consequences. Because you have done your best. So you are a winner. Now, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita states the above in a more complicated way in the 47th verse of the 2nd chapter, where he says, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetur bhurmate sangosva karmani, which means that you have a right over your actions, but you do not have a right over the fruits of the action. And this is one of my favorite verses. So let me tell you, what is your best? Supposing you are studying for your exam. Now you have studied for your exam and at the last minute you fall ill. That was not in your hands. So you don't do as well as you wanted or you expected. So then you have been a winner no matter what, because you have put in your best efforts. You've had a fight with a friend or with a relative, and you try your best to explain your point of view, and you do everything you can. And despite that, if the other person doesn't understand, then be at peace, because you have done your best. Yes, you may fail your exam, that relationship may never come, but you have done your best. And in my mind, you are a winner. And that is what even Krishna says in the Gita, where he says that your rights are over your actions, to do your best, not of the fruits, because they are not in your hands, Now here, I would like to say that the Gita is fought just before a fight is happening between two cousins, that is the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And actually, Krishna tried very hard that they would kind of reconcile and the war should not be fought. But despite everything, they just were not willing to yield. And here, Krishna urges Arjun to fight for what is rightfully his. And here I also like to say that actually what Krishna is doing is saying, because the Gita is being said in a battle, I would kind of, and he says, don't give up, don't give in. But in my mind, the symbolic meaning is that there are so many things that happen in our life, where we just lose our strength, lose our hope, and we don't want to go on anymore. And here Krishna is telling us, no, do not lose hope, do not lose courage, just fight, do your best because you need to do that. In this particular case, Arjuna is a soldier, and as such, the dharma of a soldier is to fight. I often say that supposing a doctor, he's a surgeon and he studies to be a good surgeon for so many years, and at the time of the surgery, he says, "No, I'm afraid of blood." That won't work. Of course, it's not a great example. There are so many other discussions and arguments that are happening here. But in this particular case, this is what it really means. So I will stop here because, and then maybe let me know what you think of it. And maybe we'll carry on from there. But until then, you take care of yourself and stay safe. And God bless.